Welcome. Today I'm going to be explaining the difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. And hopefully by the end of this video you'd be able to answer these exam questions. So for example, compare aerobic and anaerobic respiration, which is typically a 6 marker, and also this word equation over here. So one thing I want to clear is a misconception. So often people think respiration is to do with breathing. Respiration is to do with the release of energy, and it occurs in the mitochondria of cells. Okay, so please remember that. Okay, so typically I would start off this lesson asking students to compare both pictures. Of course, you can do that as well. You can pause the video and then give me an answer. Okay, so as we can see from this picture, we see somebody who is extremely tired. They would be going under anaerobic respiration. They've just finished the race. Their body will be full of lactic acid. However, he looks like somebody who just started the race, so is midway, looking like his body's full of oxygen. It's important to understand what is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is glucose plus oxygen gives you carbon dioxide and water and energy. The glucose we obtain from food, the oxygen we get from the air, and a byproduct or a waste product is carbon dioxide and water. Of course, the energy is very, very important. That's the whole point of respiration. Now, it's important to understand aerobic respiration has oxygen, whilst anaerobic respiration doesn't. That is the clue here. That is the key. Okay, so anaerobic respiration does not have oxygen. Okay, the word equation is different. There's no oxygen. It's glucose to lactic acid plus energy. Lactic acid is also poisonous. Now, what is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration? My students always ask me, like, let's say for example you're playing a football match. In the first half an hour of the match, you're probably running on aerobic respiration. But then towards the latter part of the match, where you get tired, that's when you're probably switching to anaerobic respiration, where there's an oxygen debt in the body, where there's not enough oxygen coming in and you're like panting and stuff like that. So that's anaerobic respiration. Of course, everyone's different. N'Golo Kante may reach anaerobic respiration far later. It's also important to remember your body releases less energy during anaerobic respiration. So, one way you can model anaerobic respiration is sit down on a chair, put your arms out flat, and see how long you can do it for. I can do it for 4 minutes. Can you beat me? You can stop the video and have a go. Sit down on a chair, put your arms out straight, and let's see how long you can hold your arms up for. Okay, now, in order to compare anaerobic and aerobic respiration, I would like you to see if you can place these where they're meant to go. So it's also very important that there's some similarities. For example, they both require oxygen. They both happen in cells. They both produce energy. Okay, so this is very important. There's some similarities. There's some things they have in common. Then there's some noticeable differences as well. Pause the video, have a go. Okay, so here's the answers if you didn't know. So it's fantastic if you know this, because the question that we started off was compare anaerobic and aerobic respiration. A fantastic way of remembering the word equation of glucose plus oxygen gives you carbon dioxide and water. If you flip that around, it's the word equation for photosynthesis. So carbon dioxide and water gives you glucose and oxygen is the word equation for photosynthesis. It's also very important to understand one way you can prove that we produce and we respire and release carbon dioxide is get a little bit of lime water, blow into it with a straw, and it'll go cloudy, showing that we breathe out carbon dioxide as a waste product of respiration. Last but not least, here we go. So why did we even start with this lesson? Can we answer these questions? Pause the video, have a go, and I'll go over the answers. Oxygen plus glucose gives you carbon dioxide and water is the answer to the first one. Now, if we were to compare aerobic and anaerobic respiration, one big difference is aerobic uses oxygen, anaerobic doesn't. Anaerobic respiration produces lactic acid, whilst aerobic doesn't. Aerobic respiration releases carbon dioxide. There's another difference. Okay, so there's a number of noticeable differences, but there are also similarities. For example, they both happen in cells, i.e. the mitochondria. They both release energy, and they both require glucose. So there's some similarities and differences that you could have give. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.